I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm doing very light makeup. I don't think I have time to flatten my hair, so I might just have to wet it and wear it curly again. Even though I didn't want to. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I have 34 minutes to leave, okay? But eyebrows and foundation is a must. I'm so tired because I only had 2 hours of sleep. I was trying to just pull an all-nighter because I was doing so much stuff. Like, besides this, I don't got time. You know, I'm not gonna even rush the brows. I'm not gonna do it. So the benefit is I already actually have my lashes done. So I don't gotta worry about really having to do heavy makeup. But if my eyebrows are not done, nothing is done, okay? And I'm taking a huge risk because I'm wearing outfit number 1 right now, which is an athleisure piece. Pray for me. Hopefully I don't get anything on it. Mornings in Georgia are usually hot, so I'm gonna bring everything with me so that if I have to re-up on anything, I can do that if I have time when I'm there. I wasn't gonna wet my hair, but everyone's saying I should. Ooh, I look greasy. Alright guys, we made it to the studio.
Oh my god, hi! I match the aesthetics. Yes.
We got Sharice in the house, looking cute as hell. I told him to come at 9:30. It was really for 10. They're so mad at me though, but it's so cute in here. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tour so you can see what it looks like. I'm a little sweaty, but let's get this day going. Send it to me. Alright guys, so I was going to just leave this video as a visual, but then I was like, there are some things in here that I would want to explain to you guys. So the first step I would say is to definitely make sure that you find great lighting, and then you want to also make sure that your camera is set up. This studio is $100 per hour on a weekday, so I only had it for 2 hours, which came up to a total of $200, and you do spend an extra $100, but you get that back because that is your deposit. The reason why I only did 2 hours is because I wanted to see the space first, test it out. I had seen it all over Instagram and I wanted to make sure that it was what I wanted. Going further, I probably would do a little bit longer if I have to do a whole collection again, but we got it done and that's all that matters. So when you first get to a studio that has beautiful natural lighting, as this studio does, you want to make sure that you find where the light is shining. And when you first get in, take some test shots and make sure that you can find the perfect lighting, figure out where it hits you best, figure out what you like, figure out if it's too much light, maybe turn your camera settings down. That's where camera settings come into play. You want to really spend this time fixing your camera, making sure that it's on point, it's not overexposed, meaning that it's way too light and that it looks too washed out and white. You want to make sure that it's not too dark. If it's too dark, the colors of the clothing from your boutique or wherever photographing may not show as accurately on camera. So those are really important points that I think you guys should definitely think about when you first get to a studio or when you're first doing a photo shoot. Next, I want to go into how to pose. Now, I'm not a pro at this. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still trying to figure out how to pose. I'm a typical hand on the hip type of girl. I'm a typical stand straight, smile, cheese type of girl. I've been watching so much TikTok videos and Instagram videos of how to be a perfect poser. And one thing that I really feel like works for me is moving. So instead of me just standing still in a shot and just going like this and moving and hoping that it comes out good, what works for me actually is if I just kind of like move and I'm in the moment, and as I'm doing that, something good just kind of like comes into like the photo and I'm like, whoa, that actually looks cute. So that actually works for me because I could spend so much time sucking in, looking stiff, saying cheese, and just look like the same person in every photo. It's very robotic, and you kind of want to look a little bit more relaxed in your photos. So also what I'm trying to do as I'm moving is I start off with a deep breath, and then as I'm moving, I'm just slowly letting it out, and it just looks more natural and relaxed. So that's my one tip to you guys. I'm not a pro poser, but I'm working on it. So I want something kind of like this. Another thing that I want to mention to you guys is definitely go all out and use your props. Again, I'm so focused on just rushing and getting the photos right. I didn't really look at the props that were in the room. They had a beautiful sofa, they had a beautiful chair, they had plant things, I forget what it's called. They had a bed, they had a kitchen. Use everything that you can within that studio. Get your money's worth, baby girl. Like, get everything out of that studio. Thankfully, I had Jaleesa there. Jaleesa was there. I call her my creative director for this shoot because she definitely was like, let's use that, let's move this here and there. And I think it's important to definitely have one or two people with you, because sometimes you're just not thinking about the other details that they might be thinking about, and honestly it all comes together at the end. So she actually moved the sofa. She was like, put this over here, put this plant there, and I think it made everything come together. But so think about how you want your front page to look. And before, I used to never think about that. I just took photos. And so when I do that, I make sure most of my pictures are taken in a portrait form, which is long ways. And I always forget to do the landscape. And I'm like, oh, I really don't want to have to put 3 photos together to make it look like it looks good on the front page. So always take some photos in landscape so that can look really good and high quality on the front page, and then definitely take your portraits for like Instagram or for like the actual website page, so that everything looks cohesive and looks neat and looks all together. Another thing that I also think is really important, and I've learned this throughout the years of taking photos, there's times where I can't explain what I'm looking for, okay? So what I'll do is I'll make the person be the prop, and then I'll explain to you how to pose, how much space I want above my head, how much space I want, how much ground space I want, if I want anything to be, how straight I want the items and the back to be. I'm very picky when it comes to this stuff. I will take that picture of the person so that I can show them what I'm looking for, and then once I show them on the camera, they're like, oh, this is what you want. And then that makes life 10 times easier. So a lot of times, usually 9 times out of 10, they can definitely mock that and your vision comes to life. So definitely do that. It works wonders. It helps. It makes life easier. Another thing I think is also important is look at your photos while you're at the studio. And I know sometimes it might be kind of annoying to some photographers. I leave that studio and I see them photos and they don't look right. It's a whole waste, okay? And I've done that before, and all the photos were either blurry, not in focus. When I say look through your photos, I don't mean go through each one and critique it. I mean a fast ass skim.